numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican,
About 3 inches of the white stuff has fallen, and the prognosticators say still 3 to 5 more to come tonight in Chicago as we welcome you to football under the lights at snowy Soldier Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Chicago Bears. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go! Let's go now. Keep going. I got you, boy. I got you.
On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
Murray now on 1st down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bears' 16-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take you to school. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
Hey, give these traps. Let's go.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And it's complete. Hooper. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. To throw, it's Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. From 4 yards out. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 28-yard line.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Let's go. 180. Hey, ball. It's our time.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. And some space here. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken near the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it? It
certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And to give this time to the tailback. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Touchdown, defense. Mike's 50.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
From the 38, Murray. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky. He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Trubisky will throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
180! 18. You ain't doing nothing today.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at it.
Trubisky's throw into the hands of Burton. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Trubisky on third and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Tighten up.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Wright's got him. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Tight down. There you go. Set. 22, jet, over. 22, jet, over. 55, Mike, 55. They eat it. I got you. Kill. Check 43.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Check nine.
On third down, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game. Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. He's at the 50. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
2nd and 6 at the 10-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Trubisky. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, it feels like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Hey, 18. Even. 4 down. Even. Hey. Look.
Throwing here, Trubisky. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 41-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, Trubisky. He's got Burton here. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears cut into that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it makes the score 21-10. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back.
On the ready. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, D.
Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now Trubisky on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Eli Apple, good to the core there as he gets in and knocks it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Blue.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 39.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Everyone's got 4 down. 50.
On 2nd down and 4, Trubisky looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. Back now at Soldier Field, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. This is taken near the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
He takes this from the 30 to the 34. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Love again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Slam. SOS.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
And they give this time to the tailback. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
Second and 10.
Lock in, lock in.
Now Trubisky back into his end zone, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
And the blitz does come. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Look at the spin.
Balance.
Let's go. Got it. Come on. 58, come on. Big stop, let's go. Pass it. Slam, slam, slam.
On 1st down, here's Love. Shifts by him. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Murray now on 1st down. He'll get this into the hands of Bird.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Clinton Dix with a pick. Then he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play. Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he'll give it here to his running back. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves him still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Love. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
He was brought down by Akeem Hicks. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Go, go. 58 for Mike. 58 for Mike. He don't know no better.
2nd and 5 now. Murray. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Darren Lee there to get him down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Trubisky to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost them.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
Completes it to the tight end, Burton. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you.
Here's Trubisky. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
That's another Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
Let's go.
Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Carl Lawson, and the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Arizona, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll be guaranteed a finish of no better than 500 as they drop to 7-8. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time.